Welcome to CFC Fan TV. It's the morning after the night before, and unlike most people, I'm in quite a good mood. I think that we have done okay. I think we played very well yesterday, and I think we have a lot to be positive about. Of course, it would have been wonderful to top the group, and we may have done ourselves a mischief, but I completely agree with Eden Hazard. I completely agree with him. I think that his comments were absolutely spot on, and I think he put that patronising interviewer in his place. We are Chelsea Football Club and we shouldn't be scared of anyone, and if we are going to go to Kiev and lift this trophy, we're going to have to beat anyone. That doesn't mean that you can't find an easier option to do it along the way, of course, but overall I think that we're fine, and I think that we have done very well, and I think that we shouldn't sound too spoiled. I think it's fair to say that we weren't the best team in this group. If you look at our two games against Roma, they performed far better than us on both occasions. So that logic alone proved that they're the top team in this group, and we deserve to finish second. We took a point at home against Atletico Madrid and we beat them away, and we destroyed Karabag 10-0 on aggregate. We were the second best team in this group. We have finished second in the league, and we go into the pot as a second place team, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. If things go well, we could end up playing Besiktas, which would be ideal. And, you know, it'd be a wonderful place to go to Turkey. I've seen football there before. It's an incredibly brilliant place to go. And our record against Turkish teams is excellent, going right the way back to Dennis Wise's team, who won 5-0 at Galatasaray. So there's nothing to worry about there. And it's important to remember that if you do finish top of a group, you could end up playing Bayern Munich, Juventus anyway. So, of course, it would have been lovely to finish top. Of course, we should have done it. I think the chances were there for us. But I also think we were quite unlucky. I think we played very well last night, and the reaction that I've seen from people doesn't necessarily mirror the way that I feel. Overall, we played very well. Had we been a bit more clinical in front of goal, we could have won that game 3-1, and it would have been a very different story this morning. I think Alvaro Morata's chance, it went begging, didn't it? And it was a real shame because it should have been a goal. It was a great move. He found the space very well. His first touch was exquisite, but he allowed Oblak to come out and smother it, and it was a shame. I think Oblak's a very good keeper and very difficult to beat, but he has to be scoring that. And the Willian chance again, you know, it's a real shame. I think it bobbled. Somebody, my friend here, Craig, has told me that it bobbled. He watched the game on the telly. I was in the stadium. I haven't seen it on telly yet, but apparently it bobbled. Can somebody confirm that in the comments for me? Apparently he was a bit unlucky, but I think Willian would be the first to admit that he has to be scoring those chances at this level in the competition. Which leads me on to saying, you know, we've missed the chances, we've gone into the game finishing second. Two positives. First thing, Victor Moses. What a welcome addition he is to have back in the squad. I think he's been brilliant in the last two games he's been back. Thought he shone against Newcastle, thought he played very well, contributed so much going forward, and I thought again he was excellent last night. I think he played really well. We had a bit of a different back line, didn't we? We had Zappacosta on one side, who I also thought did well. But Victor Moses is such a threat going forward. And, you know, I haven't always given Victor Moses the most generous of appraisals on this channel, but I'm prepared to, you know, hold my hands up and say that I got it wrong, because we massively missed him. And since he's come back, he has been spot on. So it's lovely to have him as an option. I'm sure that Antonio Conte is delighted to have him back. So, Victor Moses in the squad. We go into the next round, and we are looking likely to be playing Paris Saint-Germain or Barcelona. Tricky, of course. You know, PSG are an incredible team. Their forward line is terrifying, and, you know, two of their players are worth in excess of probably our first 11. Is that true? I've just completely made that up, but that's probably, if my maths, my very quick arithmetic is true, that sounds about right. So it's going to be a huge task for us to play if we play Paris Saint-Germain, but Eden Hazard is completely correct. We can beat anyone. We've proved it over the years that we can beat anybody. European nights at Stamford Bridge, our record is incredible. We do not generally lose games at home in that competition or any European competition, and it stems back right to our first foray into European football. We do not lose games at Stamford Bridge as a rule, and I think that nobody wants to play Chelsea. Anybody looking at the opposition from the second group, they all want to avoid Chelsea. If we were Parisians sitting here having this conversation, you do not want to play Chelsea. European nights at Stamford Bridge, we can do it. We've proved in the past that our Chelsea teams in the past have beaten Paris Saint-Germain. That Demba Ba brilliant night after a catastrophic away performance, by the way. We've beaten Barcelona numerous times, And far worse Chelsea teams than this have beaten Barcelona at Stamford Bridge. And we can get positive results away from home. I'm really not worried. I think at some point you have to play these teams. At some point you have to go face the best to win this competition and get to Kiev. And if it's now, so be it. Obviously, I'm hoping for Besiktas, but let's not worry. Let's adopt Eden Hazard's philosophy and agree that we're Chelsea Football Club and we can beat anyone. And when we have that man in our team, when Eden Hazard is on the form that he's on, anything is possible. He is an incredible football player who creates chances galore, and there is absolutely no reason why Chelsea don't go to Paris or to the Nou Camp with him in the starting 11 and win the game. That's how I feel about it, but do me a favour, comment, let me know. Do you share my optimism in this competition going forward? Are you heartbroken that we haven't finished top of the group? Or do you think, like me and like Eden Hazard, bring them on? Cheers for watching, comment below, and if you haven't subscribed, please do it right now. Go on, you Blues.